Israel Adesanya defended the middleweight strap at UFC 271 in a competitive 5-round rematch with the former champ Robert Whittaker. But while the last stylebender was realistic about both of their performances, he's now after new challengers.
I did well. It was a good chess match. I don't know. I heard he thought he won the fight or something. I don't know what he and Victoria was sipping on to think well, maybe it was Costa's wine. I don't know, but hell, he did not win that fight and he knows it. But yeah, same thing. He needs to go have a shower as well and reflect and realize that that's not true.
Coming into the bout, Izzy was well aware of Whittaker's accomplishments, as well as his 3-fight win streak over the top contenders to get his shot at redemption. But the champ was as cool and confident as ever.
He's young. He's actually younger than me. I know I look fresh, but he's younger than me, so he's made a lot of improvements in his game. But you guys have to understand, from tough nationals to being the UFC middleweight champion, this guy did a lot of work, and he ran through everyone till he ran into me, and then I stopped that. But the last 3 fights, he has done what he's always done. He's improved, but he's always been a beast. But I'm a different beast, but the same animal.
Adesanya started strong and dropped Whittaker in the first round with a flash knockdown. The Australian bounced back and improved with every stanza, even taking the last 2 on 2 of the scorecards. But it wasn't enough, and it wasn't enough for Izzy to grant him an immediate rematch.
We're just 2 guys trying to be the best in the world, but tonight I'm the best in the world.
He believes the 3rd fight's inevitable. Do you see that in your future?
I said maybe. I said you rack up some good wins and I'm sure I'll see you down the line. I say that to kind of like just, pat him on the butt. Just, good job, kid. But we'll see. I mean, the division's filled with killers. It's filled with killers, but I'm looking forward to fresh meat.
As a middleweight, Adesanya remains undefeated and now has 4 defenses of the title to his name. That includes 2 championship wins over Whittaker, who is without doubt the 2nd best middleweight in the world. And that, of course, means the Reaper has work to do while Izzy remains the man to beat.
At the moment, Izzy was my biggest obstacle, right? He was my biggest hurdle. He beat me in a good fashion the first time. So I've been working and angling myself to evolve and to get better, and I've done that. And you can see in this fight I just had with him how much I've come, to the point where I think I beat him. So I'm excited. I'm excited for the future. The ceiling is nowhere in sight. There is no ceiling for me, I don't believe. That's how I feel.
In the co-main event, Tuivasa announced his entrance to elite-level heavyweight reckonings with a destructive rock'em sock'em 2-round slugfest. He knocked out the KO king of the UFC, Derek Lewis, in Lewis's own backyard. Tuivasa didn't know who the winner would be, but he knew the fight was destined to be a slobber knocker of epic proportions. Both the heavyweights did. They had a game plan and were only too happy to give the fans exactly what they wanted.
I'm coming to knock his ass out. With the utmost respect, though. I respect that man, but I'm coming to knock him out with the utmost respect.
I'm coming to do the same thing, bro.
Let's swing and bang then.
Let's go!
No talking.
Lewis and Tuivasa threw bombs as expected. Lewis surprised everyone with 2 crafty takedowns, but Tuivasa's inhuman ability to take a punch saved him, and he slept Lewis with an elbow in the 2nd. It was so impressive that even Dana White joined him in a celebratory shoey.
I feel good. Even better that the boss did a shoey out of my Tuivasa, you know what I mean? So it's a win-win for me. Thought I did well. Come to Houston. Got a few boos at the start, but we ended in cheers. So, cheering.
Tuivasa earned himself an extra $50K for his brutal 2nd-round knockout, as did Jared Cannonier, who likely punched and elbowed his ticket to a title fight with Israel Adesanya. Douglas Silva de Andrade and Sergey Morozov's 2-round blitz won them Fight of the Night. In related news, longtime UFC commentator Joe Rogan removed himself from the UFC 271 team following his recent controversies. Rogan has been in hot water of late for supposedly spreading COVID misinformation on his Spotify exclusive podcast and for previously using the N-word repeatedly in his podcast and comedy routines. The controversies prompted immediate apologies from Rogan, and now UFC fighters, including Adesanya, have been coming to his defense.
First off, let me take this one. Hold up. I'm black. I can take this one. Look.
What were...
No. There's a lot of in this game. There's a lot of snakes in this game. I've been in this fight game since 2008. And Joe Rogan is one of the nicest, coolest, humble motherfuckers I've had the pleasure of working with. Understand that. And you know, it's just the noise, man. You know what they're trying to do. You can't control the man, and he's got the biggest platform in the world right now. So that's Joe Rogan. The noise.
And in other UFC news, Dustin Poirier is lining up a big next fight, and he doesn't need a belt involved to do that. The former interim champ is eyeing off a battle with Nate Diaz, whom he has been battling online for months. And Poirier is quietly optimistic that he'll get that fight.
You don't say stuff about people's lives.
I want the fight, and he wants it as well. I think there's a good chance it's going to happen, announced the Diamond. I think summer is a good target if I had to put one on the calendar. I'm not sure, but I have a good feeling it's going to happen. Poirier is coming off a title loss to the lightweight champ Charles Oliveira, where he knocked the champ down before being submitted by a rear naked choke. Prior to that, he finished Conor McGregor twice before the second bell. Diaz, most famous for upsetting McGregor with a rear naked choke of his own, is currently on a 2-fight losing skid, with his most recent loss being to Leon Edwards in June of 2021. But Diaz insists he wants the Poirier fight, and he wants it to be his last. I want the fight now. What's up? Asked Diaz in an interview. Dana White, let's get this retirement fight cracking so I can get out of this fight game. I'm done with it. It's the first time the 36-year-old has mentioned hanging up the gloves, and it appears as though the tough champion has no intention of continuing past the last fight on his UFC contract. A third bout with Conor McGregor is clearly the money fight he's always wanted. But if that is looking less and less likely to happen anytime soon, and a fight for the belt is a long way off, then a bout with Poirier would be a great way to go out.
Thanks for watching, and remember, if you want more fight sports in your life, just hit the subscribe button.